guys, thank you for checking out our video. My name's Sean Elders and this is Pinnacle Combat Arts. Like, subscribe, comment down below, hit the bell so you can be notified every time we get a new video. Today we're going to be talking about self-protection. Let's get started. When we get into a situation where it's not quite come to escalated to the point where somebody's trying to throw a punch, there are certain things that you can do to simply change your situation and kind of create a de-escalation, but also create an environment where you have the upper hand. If somebody comes up to you and says some stuff and they make you feel uncomfortable, or maybe they're upset with you for some reason, one of the things that you can do to help get the situation where it will make them second guess taking a swing at you is by the way that you hold yourself, the way that you structure your body. And so this first thing I'm going to teach you guys is a real basic thing that we teach all law enforcement, three-letter agencies. We teach everybody that comes into contact with civilians on how to create an environment where you maintain the environment the best you can, and you're ready at the same time for an engagement. So what I'm going to teach you is what they call the interview stance. So you notice how the whole time we've been talking, my hand's been in front of my body like this. I naturally, when somebody comes up to me and I don't know who they are and they're not my buddy or they're not my relative or whatever, I naturally have my hands in front of me like this. And I'm creating what they call the triangle position, okay? And what this does, this subconsciously tells this person in front of me, this is my environment and you're not going to get any closer to it. What it also says is that I'm ready for engaging, okay? But I'm not being threatening to you. I'm just letting you know these are my boundaries, okay? So right now his hands are down, my hands are up. So right now I have the upper hand. And where do you think that phrase came from? I have the upper hand because my hands are higher than his right now, which means I can go for his vital parts of his body a lot quicker than he can to me, okay? So by me putting my hands up, my elbows are out just in front of my body like this. This right here is it's a huge control situation. It's a control position, okay? I've worked executive security, had to work perimeters, had to keep people past certain lines. There's all sorts of things that I've had to do in the past for work. And by doing this position, I've literally had people so angry at me. I remember this one time, this guy, he was so mad at me, his fists were balled up. You could tell he had lots to drink and he wanted to get past me. He wanted to get in this certain part of the hotel and we were guarding somebody, you know, in a high position, and they weren't allowed to go. That was it. This kid, he wanted to hit me so bad, but because I held my position and I maintained my cool, I stayed professional, even though he wanted to hit me. And you know, everybody, he had a group of friends with him right there, and he wanted to hit me so bad, he could not do it because he knew that I would engage him. And I was able to control, de-escalate the situation and send him on his way without me having to take him down. When you use the structure, it is powerful. So I want you to think of it as this is the triangle right here. Now, when I'm holding this position, I can go back and forth like this with my fingers, okay? I don't want you to ever go like this. This is the worst thing you could ever do, okay? You just go back and forth like this. You can rub your hands together like this, okay? You can have one hand like this. You know, you don't want to go like that. They would probably consider that a threatening action. So you just want to stay cool and keep your hands out in front of you. That's the first aspect. Now, if they start to come in close to you like this and their hands are out like this, that's when you come into this position here. Your head stays down. You're like, hey, buddy, come on, you know. And you talk to them real nice, but you know you could be explosive and you could hurt them at any moment. But my hands, they create what I call shelf position, okay? And I go right onto the bicep deltoid area, in this area. And by doing this, I can feel what they're about to do, okay? I'm using my tactile, I'm using my spider sense to feel what they're gonna do. Okay, and then I'm able to engage however it's necessary. Most of the time, when you do this position right here, they're not going to get closer to you because they know you can engage. If they're at a farther distance, but they're balling their fists up like this, okay? They got their fists all balled up, and I'm in this position, okay? What you want to do is you want to obviously talk them down, okay? But if they start to go to do a swing, they start to swing, you come straight in and you go right into the chest, and I go into this position here, just like that, okay? Now, if they're just doing this and they're starting to make their hands go back and forth, I know all the signs. I've been through this a long time, many years. They start shaking their hands like this. You go from this position to this position. This right here, this will help. They do not want to strike unless they're under the influence, or they really don't care. They will not mess with you when you even put your hands up like this. Okay, this is the next level right here. But in this court of law, in most court of laws, this usually can be a way to say, hey, I don't want to fight. I'm not balled. I don't have my hands balled up. Okay, and you don't want to have your hands balled up. You want to have your hands open, because in an open hand position, you're able to strike with your palms and you're able to grab with your hands. Okay, when you ball up your hands, you can only strike. You can't grab. And so that's a very important part of this whole thing. Depending on the situation, depending on the circumstances, all that plays a part in how you would engage, okay? But learning this position here, okay? So if somebody's saying something to me and he's kind of doing a thing, I want to take my right foot, whatever foot you feel comfortable in the fighting stance, that foot goes forward, and then you make the pyramid position right here, the interview stance, okay? Okay, then when they start to shake, do their hands, hey, like this, you bring your hands up and you go into this position. You want to bring your hands up to this position where your elbows are close to where your head is. Okay, so you're able to cage yourself into a position that is going to make you in a better situation. Then if you're in this position, but they bring that hand back and they're ready, they're going to power swing you. You're going to drop down and go into this position. See that? Okay, if they are already throwing the punch. Now, if they're just going like this, then you just have your hands up like that. So those are 3 different positions that you need to have when you are doing, when you're dealing with different people. We're not gonna get too much into the combative aspects right now. I want to teach you just simply some things that you need to practice. 3 different things you should practice whenever you get into a circumstance where somebody's heated and they're coming at you and they're saying stuff. You need to know. One of the biggest things I would say that the issue with most civilians is they don't even realize that they're in an altercation until it's too late. That's the truth, okay? So you need to know when you're in an altercation. You need to know if somebody's yelling at you, you're already in the altercation. You're already in a possible violent altercation. So you need to have the steps to go. 1, okay, 2, okay, and then 3. Okay, and you want to drive forward and get a hold of them, okay? If they are full-fledged attacking you. Those are the 3 steps that I believe you need to do. I know for experience. I'm telling this from experience. Know that you're in an altercation and practice for an altercation. I'll see you guys next time. Go to our website, pinnaclecombatarts.com. There you can find out more about what I do and the classes that I provide. Thank you guys so much for your support, and have a great day.